Hey guys, so today I am doing the discussion of Across the Universe, chapters 71 through 81. Yes. So I do not have a lot of time at all, so I'm just going to get right into the chapters. I will say that the season completely disgusted me. That's the only thing I'm going to include. Okay. So, yeah. Chapter 71. They run down to the lab, or whatever, and then they find that all the bodies are like pushed out from like the little capsules or whatever, but like they're like frozen. I don't know how to explain it. It's so weird. And then they hear a noise coming from another room down there, so they go and look, and it's Eldest and Doc, and they're pouring drugs into the water supply. So that's why everybody acts the way they do, if you think about it. And then so once Elder just gets really mad and he goes after Eldest. Well, first he like throws like this thing at like the water pump, and then he goes after Eldest and he hits him, and then Amy pulls out like the wires from the pump. Yeah, and so then Elder finds out like he's like cloned or something, like he has the exact DNA as Eldest, so he really doesn't have like parents. He's just cloned, and that kind of makes them mad or sad. Yeah. And then in walks Orion, which we find out is Eldest. He was supposed to be the one ruling right now in the book. Yeah, so, but he like died supposedly, but guess what? He's not dead. And okay, you guys probably got that, but whatever. And then he dumps some drugs on Eldest's head, and then he dies. Then Eldest dies, which Elder doesn't know how to feel about, but he thinks it's a good thing because he was a really bad person, but at the same time, he says that's the only person that he ever had was like a father type figure, which I can kind of understand, but... And then they find out that Orion or whatever was able to stay hidden all this time because he took out his Wycom, so they just thought he was dead, and that's what they assumed, and so they didn't really ask. And then they're talking about the new planet, and he says how Elder agrees with him and stuff, and that would not make Amy very happy, so he's saying all this stuff. And then, you know, he says like, sorry guys, so he says like, how the planet will belong to the Frozens, and how they will just be used as like slaves and stuff, and, you know, that's not good. So yeah. So then Eldest, I guess I'm going to call Orion, tells Elder, this is so confusing with this Eldest thing. I'm sorry, this is like so confusing to me. And then so Orion's going to tell something to Amy that Elder doesn't want him to. So Elder pushes Orion in the styro freezer, and Orion gets like frozen. Yeah. In chapter 75, sorry if I haven't been saying the chapters, but after he realizes he is the new Eldest, he is afraid that people would hate him for killing, you know, their eldest, but then he says that it was a good thing to do. And then Elder makes an announcement saying that they've been under the influence of drugs the whole time, and that he says that once they start thinking clearly that they should not, like, you know, freak out or whatever, so they just need to get used to it because they're not going to be using any more drugs in the water or whatever. And then he found out that Harley probably killed himself because, you know, he found out that they were not going to be getting off of Godspeed in their lifetime with the rate that they're going at, so yeah, and he couldn't live with that, so yeah. And then Elder tells the people what they should know, but he doesn't tell them everything. Like, I don't think he tells them about the frozen bodies and everything, but if they needed to know, I think they could find out. And then, chapter 76, Elder starts comparing himself to the other eldest, whatever. But, yeah, because they're like the same DNA and everything, so that's like kind of weird, but, so he starts kind of comparing himself, but he's a good person, I think. And then the past Elder tells Elder seeing Amy and wanting to unfreeze her, and, you know, seeing her smile and stuff, and then he just pushes the button, and then he runs away, and then he acts like he didn't do it and stuff, and he thinks that he can never tell Amy. And in chapter 77, Amy is staring at the stars, and Elder comes to talk, has a big thing to share. And then he tells Amy that he's the one that unfroze her. And then Amy is like kind of like silent at first, and then she starts hitting him. She says she could have died, you know, stuff like that. And he says he thought she should know the truth. And Amy then thinks about her dad and Jason lying, but Elder didn't lie. Like, so they're saying how they deceived her, but he didn't. So yeah. And then Elder tells Amy he didn't know she couldn't be put back in. He just wanted to talk to her and get to know her and stuff, and how sorry he is. And then chapter 80, Amy says how she will never see rain or smell rain or whatever, or summer again because of Earth, you know. She'll never be back there, but she decides her life on Earth has ended, and let her life end with hope. And then Elder says he will stay with her always. It was a good book, guys. I loved it. I hope you guys had so much fun reading it. I did. And I hope you guys like understood me a little bit. Okay. So, yeah. I'll see you guys later. Bye.